Howdy folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today, Private Parts, PFC Butters, and myself are headed down to the ghost town of Aurora, and to show you guys what's left of the town, which isn't a whole lot, and to show you the cemetery there. And I probably should amend that and say that we are attempting to get down to the ghost town of Aurora. Because right now, this is what the road looks like in front of us. We have had a lot of, severe, snow melt off and runoff from the snow melt. And we have also had, earlier this week, we had some pretty significant thunderstorms down here. And this is the only part of the road that I've found so far that still has standing water on it. But, and thankfully there is a route around this section. So, so at any rate, and I wasn't going to start filming until after we had gotten past the Flying M Ranch, because you guys have seen the Flying M Ranch in previous videos. But we are still north of the Flying M Ranch, and that's where, they maintain it, to generally you don't see a whole lot of good maintenance after the Flying M Ranch. So let's get on back in the Jeep. We're going to try to go around this because I don't want to get in the middle of it. I don't want to get stuck. And maybe we'll take a little walk up here and see whether we can drive around it. Looks like some people have, but it looks like they've been in side-by-sides and have just done nothing but tore things up. So we're going to take the detour around it, and we are going to find out whether we can even get down to Aurora. So at any rate, stick around. We're going to have a good time. Looks like we got another mud puddle to try to make it through. Hopefully we don't get stuck. made it through, so we'll continue trucking on. Come on, buddy. Now we had to stop to get old PFC Butter some water here. He was looking pretty thirsty. Oh, hopefully the wind's not going to completely cut this out. Maybe I can bring the camera inside here and it'll be a little bit better. But basically, you can see that road going down ahead of us. We're going to be headed straight down that road, and it's going to kind of intersect where these power lines go, and then we'll be going up into them hills that you can see across the valley there. So as soon as old Butters gets his fill of water, we'll continue on. Well, we are here at a big old four-way intersection. If we go to the left, we go to Hawthorne over Lucky Boy Pass. If we go to the right, we go back to Sweetwater, which is leads back into Smith Valley. And if we go straight ahead, we go to Aurora. But we're going to be making a little detour before we head to Aurora first. Alright, we are here in a nice shady spot, and you can hear that water in the background. That is water coming out of a spring. Kind of a nice little oasis out here in the desert. This is called Fletcher. And I have no idea why the little kid's shoe is there. I suspect somebody's kid lost it here at some point in time. But it says here, formerly known as 6 Mile Station, this stage stop and way station provided service between some of the smaller mining camps in Aurora and Pvt, California during the late 1860s. The area became of greater importance with the arrival of the Carson, Colorado Railroad into Hawthorne in 1881. With increased passenger and freight traffic between Hawthorne, Aurora, and Pvt, and the expanding local population, a post office was established on October 24, 1883, and named for H.D. Fletcher, the first postmaster. The post office was removed on November 30th, 1918, when Hawthorne became the mailing address for area patrons. So this whole area out here is wetlands, basically. And the Nevada State Parks have kind of taken over maintenance of it. You can see in the background there, they've installed some vault toilets, which is really nice being out here. And I suspect that they may have gone ahead and restored some of the rock work around here. As you can see, we've got a little building right here. I have no idea what this was. And somebody left a can of insect repellent. This is a little dugout house, and it is quite a bit cooler once you step inside here. You see, it's all natural rock construction, no concrete. Now, normally I would pick something like that up and throw it away, but somebody might come down here, and with kids and whatnot, they might need bug spray, because it's windy right now, so the bugs aren't biting. But I suspect when the wind dies down, this place is going to be mosquito heaven. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that there, you know, and hope that that somebody else will be able to use it at some point in time. At any rate, I'm going to see if Butters wants to go play in the water a little bit, and then we'll get on to Aurora. Now, the last time I was down here with Butters was hot, just like today, and I've got a picture of him laying down in this little water crossing here. I'll see if I can dig that up and post that up on the in the video here. those of you wondering what they're doing with power lines all the way up here, it's because Aurora was an active mine site at least 30 years ago. I'm not sure when or if they have completely shut down the gold mining operations down here. I had some friends that worked out here at this mine 30 years ago, and you know, it was pretty active at the time. But we are not going to the mine, we are going up to the cemetery. Alright folks, here we are at the cemetery of Aurora. This cemetery is kind of unique. It's out here, as you could have seen, you know, from the video on the way in. It's kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. But at the time, this was a pretty happening town. The town is just down the hill. We'll go down to the town site, what's left of it, here in a little bit. But, you know, this cemetery here houses you know, all kinds of people, from senators to you know, to just regular miners. So we got a little bit of the story of Aurora here. And this is a fairly recent memorial set up here, and this was a memorial set up several, well, you know, a few years ago, but not any time close to the first time that I was ever up here. But this lists the veterans that are here in this cemetery. And you can see a lot of folks have left coins, and we've got coins from Europe, and people have left all kinds of tributes. I know it looks like just a bunch of junk, but at any rate, let's go ahead and take a walk into the cemetery, and we'll show you around a little bit. I see we have a Nevada state senator here, and looks like somebody has gone ahead and put up a ratchet strap to keep the monument from falling over. And this one here is so worn it's hard to see. this whole area here, you know, once was kind of overlooking the town. The town is on the, you know, down on the other side of the hill there. As you can see, some of these some of these graves are, you know, don't have headstones or markers on them anymore. And just like the cemetery up at Pine Grove, you know, we really want to go ahead and make sure that these people, you know, are not forgotten. And we want to make sure that their graves and their final resting places are not damaged. You know, unfortunately, time goes ahead and does a pretty good number on these graves here. And some of these people, and I did not know this individual personally, but I knew his family. When I was young and had just moved up to Nevada, we rented a space in a trailer park from the, you know, members of this family. As you can see, this marker has been replaced at some point in time. But people do still maintain some of these graves up here. You see, this marker was replaced in 1974. And who knows, you know, how many other graves are here that, you know, nobody maintained the headstones for, nobody maintained the markers for, and nobody knows who they were or where they were. So you've got to, you know, be very respectful when walking through places like this. You can see some of these markers have fallen over, and instead of trying to set them back up straight, they just went ahead and laid them down. And at one point in time, it looks like somebody, you know, somebody built a fence around it. You know, the fence has fallen into disrepair over the years. The weather takes a pretty significant toll. We're at a fairly high altitude up here, so this place gets snowed on quite a bit. These are the most heartbreaking ones right here. (1912 to 1912). A small child. The infant mortality in the Old West was pretty brutal. And then you had some here that lived to 75 years old. Yeah, this one here always gets me. 4 years old. Died in 1878. Two years old. Eight years old. And 6 years old. I don't know what their story is. But that had to have been heartbreaking for the family. And here's another one. Looks to be 7 years old. Or is that 7 months? Seven years, 9 months. Died in 1865. "18 years old. This one's lost to time, but it obviously was a small child. Born in 1833. Died in 1902. This man was born when our country was still a baby. "20 years old. All right, folks, here we are at the town site of Aurora. Now, like I said, there's not a whole heck of a lot here anymore. And there has been a whole bunch of water come through here this spring. This is about the only thing left standing. That, I'm not sure what building that was, and stamp mill down there. We'll try to get down there to take a look at it, but we're going to walk this a little bit before we try to drive down there. The town used to go all up into these hills, and I've got a picture, found a couple of pictures online of Aurora back in the day, and if I can find them on my computer, I will go ahead and post some pictures up. Put them somewhere here, there, wherever in the video. But I got a feeling that we're probably not going to do much driving around here. Oh, this isn't too bad. I've driven through way worse than this. Oh. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, I think this one's pretty much out of the question here. But what this has done is it has exposed some of the original plumbing from town. And folks, this is the end of July in the high desert. We never have water running through here at the end of July. So all of this water here is all snow melt. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna, I know we could go ahead and the 151 is narrow enough that I could go ahead and skirt around the edge there, but I'm down here by myself. It's not worth the risk. But we may go ahead and take a little drive up this way here. You can see tailings way up on the hill there, and up on the hill over there. Oh, and this used to be a road here too. And so this is not an option. That right there, I would, if I slid down in there, they'd need a crane to come in here and get me out. But look at here. This is one of the things that some of these winters will do, and they will uncover little pieces of pottery and all kinds of crazy things. All right, Butters isn't walking real well, so we do not want him to try to skirt his way around that. Now, I don't recall what this building was, but I think this may have been a bank building. And I gotta catch Butters before he goes down and does something stupid. Butters, come on. Come on. All right, here we are down at the stamp mill. And we're gonna walk down here. Boy, this is some kind of tough walking here. This is not some place to wear your frickin' Crocs or flip-flops or anything else like that. Oh, you can see the water has come through here this year and really made a mess of things. There's the old flywheel. But there is the stamp, one of them, probably one of the many stamp mills that were here at one point in time. Boy, we really had a lot of water come through here. Boy, howdy. I should have brought a gold pan with me. It is pretty country up here. All right, we've gone up another road that had turned into a river. Well, let's take a walk up here and see how far up we could get. I'm not the only one that's walked up here to check this out. Yeah, this is pretty tore up. I'm not going to try bringing private parts up here. All that's going to end up happening is I'll end up sticking one of these sagebrush bushes to the tires. But you can see some lumber here, some wood, remains of something. Wow, look at that. Never seen it like that before. Look at what we've uncovered here, or what the weather's uncovered. There's some pieces of some old bricks. Lots of broken glass up here, purple and otherwise. This looks like this may have been a piece of a cup. Or something. Something to remember, folks, when you get out here in a desert like this and you come to these old town sites. A lot of these old town sites are, you know, protected by, there's some Antiquities Act or something like that. Basically anything that's, you know, over, I'm wanting to say 50 years old, I think is what I read. I may be wrong, so, you know, check the facts on the internet and make sure that I'm not full of crap. But taking artifacts and objects from historic sites like this is actually it's actually a crime. And what it also does is it makes it so that future generations, when they come up here to check these kind of places out, it makes it so that, you know, they don't have this neat stuff to look at. So, you know, just remember when you're out here, folks, you know, the whole tread lightly thing. It's one of the reasons why I'm not going to drive up here. Number one, there's just no sense in beating private parts up. Yeah, you can take that for however you want to. But it tears up the roads, tears up the area, and especially when it's wet like this, and just makes it so the road is ruined for, you know, for generations to come. So you know, tread lightly is actually a pretty significant rule that I try to live by nowadays. But we're going to head on back to old Pvt Parts and start heading on home. You know, PFC Butters is kind of lagging along. His brain thinks that he's a puppy, but his body is telling him nope. So he doesn't move as fast as he used to, and I got to keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't fall. One of the other neat things too, you can see all kinds of critter tracks, you know, when it's wet like this, that you wouldn't normally see when it's dry. Well, folks, we're back to pavement. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. So at any rate, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again, folks.